What are reparations? Have you ever wondered how societies can address the wrongs of the past? One way is through reparations. So, what exactly are reparations? Reparations are actions taken to make amends for injustices or wrongs that have caused significant harm to individuals or communities. They involve compensating victims or their descendants for losses suffered due to past injustices. This compensation can take many forms, including financial payments, material benefits, symbolic gestures, or institutional reforms aimed at restoring justice and equality. From an ethical and moral standpoint, reparations are based on the principle of justice, particularly reparative justice. This concept seeks to restore a moral balance that was disrupted by wrongdoing. It holds that those who commit injustices owe something to their victims to correct or compensate for the harm caused. Ideally, reparations aim to return victims to the position they would have been in had the injustice not occurred. When direct restoration is not possible, equivalent compensation is provided to acknowledge and address the loss and suffering endured. The idea of reparations is closely linked to social justice, which focuses on fairness in society and correcting inequalities caused by historical and systemic wrongs. Reparations recognize the ongoing impact of past injustices, such as slavery, colonization, or human rights violations, which often affect future generations. Therefore, reparations can involve intergenerational obligations, where present-day society takes responsibility for addressing harms inflicted in the past. Implementing reparations comes with several ethical challenges. One major challenge is that the original perpetrators may no longer be alive, raising questions about who should bear the burden of making reparations today. Another issue is how to quantify or adequately compensate for harms that are not purely material, such as loss of freedom, dignity, or cultural identity. Despite these challenges, ethical theories argue that reparations are necessary to acknowledge wrongdoing, restore dignity, and promote equality among affected groups. Practical applications of reparations can include financial compensation to victims or their descendants, public apologies, and official recognition of past wrongs. Educational programs that teach the history and consequences of the injustice can also play a role. Institutional reforms aim to dismantle ongoing inequalities linked to the original harm. Symbolic acts, such as memorials or days of remembrance, serve not only to compensate but also to assure victims and their communities of their moral equality and social recognition, which are essential for healing and reconciliation. Reparations are ethical responses to past injustices that seek to restore fairness and acknowledge the moral debts owed to victims. They involve both material and symbolic efforts to repair harm, uphold justice, and promote social equality. This concept reflects society's commitment to addressing historical wrongs and their continuing effects.